At night, the Mahabodhi Stupa of Bodh Gaya appears like a radiant spiritual beacon, its luminous silhouette igniting the sacred flame in the hearts of those who behold it. Silence pervades the sacred grounds, as though the entire site were suspended in eternity. Here, day and night, monastics and pilgrims relive the awakening of Siddhartha Gautama more than 2,600 years ago, the moment when he became the enlightened one.
This is the entrance to the Mahabodhi Temple, also known as the Mahavihara or Great Awakening Temple, recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site on June 27, 2002. It is revered as the most sacred of all sites, enshrining the Buddha's relics.
Visitors to the Holy Land of Bodh Gaya also include Muslim students from India today. Bodh Gaya is also where His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama delivers annual teachings in late December. Each visit is a spiritual event of global significance. When he returns, the sacred atmosphere feels renewed. The spiritual leader of Tibetan Buddhism performs traditional Buddhist rituals as a way to honor the Buddha. Continue and propagate the values of the Buddha's truth. Demonstrate the transcendence, omnipotence and wonder of Buddhism. The image of the 14th Dalai Lama has great influence. His presence honors the Buddha's legacy and strengthens the roots of Dharma, a Buddhism rooted in human happiness. Bodh Gaya, the sacred Buddhist site in India, has been visited many times by national and international heads of state. In a multi-religious country, the fact that Indian Prime Minister Modi has shown interest in this sacred site demonstrates that the Indian government has implemented superior policies in the preservation, restoration, and promotion of India's religious and cultural heritage for today and the future. Between the sacred Bodhi tree and the stupa lies the Varasana, diamond throne, identified in 1881 as the very site where the Buddha meditated in unwavering mindfulness for 49 days. Constructed from rose-gray sandstone under the patronage of Emperor Asoka. The Varasana is revered as the energetic heart of awakening, the precise axis where enlightenment was realized.
At this very spot, monks, nuns and lay Buddhists from all over the world pause during their pilgrimage to Bodh Gaya. They place both palms against the small stupa and rest their foreheads on the wall in reverence, imagining themselves bowing directly before the Buddha.
Asoka's ancient railings surround both the diamond throne and the Bodhi tree. The railing embodies one of the earliest expressions of Buddhist sacred art. Each day, pilgrims walk and meditate reverently around the tree and Varasana, offering gratitude to the awakened one. From the darkness of ignorance, humanity received the Dharma, a path of wisdom, liberation, and boundless compassion. The Buddha's insights transcend philosophy, science, and ethics. The oldest and most significant structure here is the Mahabodhi Stupa itself, rising 55 meters beside the Varasana. Believed to have been built in 260 BCE. It stands as the spiritual fountainhead of Theravada Buddhism. Every year, thousands of Buddhist delegations and millions of visitors come to experience the sacred presence of this site.
This is the Great Enlightenment Stupa, standing 55 meters tall. It was originally commissioned by Emperor Ashoka during his pilgrimage to this sacred site, where the Buddha attained supreme awakening around the 3rd century BCE. In the 4th and 5th centuries CE, devout Buddhist kings rebuilt and restored the stupa to its present grandeur. In 2013, approximately 289 kilograms of gold were donated by the government and people of Thailand, including a significant contribution from the Thai monarchy to adorn the temple's spire, enhancing its splendor and symbolizing the deep reverence of the Thai Buddhist community for the site of the Buddha's enlightenment.
On the first floor of the stupa is a small chamber housing a revered image of the Buddha. Access is limited, and within its sacred silence, the statue seems to hear the unspoken prayers of all beings. In the depths of his compassion, the world-honored one never abandons anyone. According to the Pali literature of early Buddhism, the Buddha remained around the Bodhi tree for 7 weeks, during which he formulated key doctrines. Those 7 locations initiated the Buddha's path of spreading the Dharma, marking the birth of 7 doctrines including Buddhist cosmology, week 1. Gratitude, week 2. Human life, week 3. Worldview, week 4. Ethics, week 5. Adversity, week 6. And the Twin Jewels, week 7. These locations all have stone pillars and plaques inscribed in English and Hindi languages to clarify the meaning and historical value associated with the 49 days after the Buddha's enlightenment. Inside the stupa, a gilded jade image of the Buddha in the earth-touching mudra faces east, the site of his awakening. Sculpted in 380 CE, the statue reflects the Buddha's 32 major marks through a classical aesthetic. Today, its features, eyes, brows, and lips, bear subtle modern coloring. The lowered gaze seems to embrace the world's sorrows with timeless compassion. Many pilgrims stop to chant sutras in many different languages to commemorate this most sacred place. They walked around the sacred tower 3 to 7 times clockwise, then sat around the Bodhi tree to meditate or chant, listening to sermons. Many pilgrims, when visiting, have offered the Buddha statue yellow robes made of precious materials. Every 15 to 30 minutes, the monk in charge of the Great Enlightenment Tower takes down the robes and, at the same time, offers new robes from other groups who have come to visit. The anonymous sculptors are convinced that they dedicate their wisdom and talented hands to the Buddha. The statues are carved in a smooth style, evoking the spirit and wisdom of the Buddha, not illustrating his physical form. For that reason, the statues are always beautiful, modern, and attractive. Made of black stone, the Buddha statues are durable over time. On the stupa's right wall stands a relief of Bodhisattva Avalokitesvara. This is where people come to pray for the compassionate Bodhisattva to bless them with good luck and fortune. The statue is carved in the classical Indian style. The artisans have mastered the styles of shaping the Buddha. India is a country with a unique tradition of carving statues. The works that date back thousands of years have become a heritage of humanity. Around the body of the Mahabodhi stupa in Bodh Gaya is a row of 15 reliefs of Buddha Sakyamuni in a sitting position. In total, there are more than 40 reliefs of Buddha statues in meditation postures. Earth-touching mudra, turning the wheel of Dharma, fearlessness mudra and peace mudra, a wordless language, praise from the reliefs. The love and devotion of the artisans have materialized the image of Buddha Sakyamuni in the principles of entering the world. Serving humanity with wonderful truth, hidden in the arches of the stone niches. Each relief has its own beauty, but still carries the classical Indian art style. The sculptural style of the 3rd century CE reflects a period of Buddhism in its flourishing period. A series of consecutive images of Buddha surrounding the Mahabodhi stupa speaks of the stature, the enormity of the architecture of the Mahabodhi Stupa and the great ideas of the era. Surrounding the walls of Bodh Gaya is a series of reliefs carved on sandstone, depicting the life of the Buddha, from his birth, marriage, wandering around the city, becoming a monk, to his search for the path, practicing asceticism, attaining enlightenment and turning the wheel of Dharma. Each relief is a work of art with high aesthetic value, depicting Prince Siddhartha, the royal family, the palace maids, demons, priests, reaching a high level in ancient Indian sculpture. Although these reliefs were only made recently, this group of spiritual sculptures has honored many values for the holy place in Bodh Gaya. Surrounding the Great Enlightenment Stupa is a complex of small stupas with typical Buddhist architecture. Some stupas also have Buddha statues placed or attached in the niches of the stupa. This arrangement represents the spiritual beliefs and reverence for the Buddha of the Indian Buddhist communities. Buddha is around us. Buddha is present everywhere. That is the message of the small stupas that form the complex of spiritual architecture.
Trong khung cảnh thiêng liêng này, con cảm thấy tâm hồn mình lắng động, lòng con tràn ngập sự tôn kính và lòng biết ơn.
Under the sacred Bodhi tree, many spiritually meaningful memorial and commemoration ceremonies were held. In December 2024, the Vietnamese Sangha in India and Buddhists organized a Pali scripture recitation session translated into Vietnamese by Most Venerable THічNG CHảA. Most Venerable THічNG CHảA was the former rector of Van Hòn University, 1964 to 1975, founder of the Vietnam Buddhist Academy in Ho Chi Minh City, founder of the Vietnam Institute of Buddhist Studies, a scholar and translator of the Pali Canon into Vietnamese.
Đứng trước cái Bồ đề, chúng ta sẽ kinh nghiệm trọn đời tập tam bảo, thiện duyên chánh pháp trong cái sự cố gắng của mỗi cá nhân, và chúng ta nguyện đoàn kết lại để mà xây dựng đạo pháp ở Việt Nam và đóng góp vào cái sự hình thành một ngôi chùa Việt Nam đầu tiên trên đất Thần.
Every time they visit Bodh Gaya, the Vietnamese delegation led by Venerable THічNG CHảA regularly organizes a ceremony to award masters and doctoral scholarships and to offer alms to monks. The monks and nuns studying abroad receive much attention from Venerable THічNG CHảA and Vietnamese Buddhists. Supporting students studying abroad contributes to promoting Buddhism as a way to remember Most Venerable THічNG CHảA, who encouraged the study of Buddhism and the propagation of Buddhism during his lifetime.
Tôi rất là may mắn và hạnh phúc được làm thư ký trong đoàn và trong cái đợt phát động cúng dường và làm từ thiện tại đất Ấn.
Bodh Gaya is chosen as the place to sow the seeds of goodness during the pilgrimage to the land of Buddha by many Buddhists. During a 7-day novice retreat, participants live simply, cultivate virtue, meditate, and perform merit. This is a chance for inner peace amid worldly chaos, and a contribution to the global Buddhist community.
Nơi mà Đức Phật giác ngộ, chứng đạo dưới cội Bồ Đề, cảm thấy là tâm thức bị rung động.
Not everyone has the fortunate opportunity to visit the holy land of Bodh Gaya. Many Vietnamese Buddhists, when arriving at the place where the Buddha attained enlightenment under the Bodhi tree, have requested the Venerable THічNG CHảA to be initiated into the Buddhist refuge. Taking refuge in the Buddha and the teacher, which is a sacred ceremony in one's life. This event becomes even more significant when the Buddhists are ordained right at the land of the Buddha. The sacred site of Bodh Gaya.
Cách Đại Giác Ngộ Tháp có quả chuông Việt Nam, đó là một niềm vinh dự lớn lao đối với cộng đồng Phật giáo Việt Nam trên toàn cầu. Nghe tiếng chuông phiền não nhẹ, trí tuệ lớn bồ đề sanh, lìa địa ngục thoát lửa hầm, cầu thành Phật độ chúng sanh.
BODH, the sacred destination of humanity. Here people rejoice when meeting each other in reverence and admiration for the Buddha. BODH is both ancient and close. This is where the teachings of Buddha are spread, contributing to supporting people's souls, sowing good karma, hope and happiness to humanity. Just like thousands of years ago, Buddha Sakyamuni showed people the way to escape suffering in an impermanent, changing world. That is the path of awakening, bringing peace, now and here. That is the world of peace, without hatred and unhappiness.